Hello and welcome to Brian's Got Game. I am Brian. Today, got a game called Virus, an infectious card game. Virus is a 2-6 player set collection game by John Caveu and published by Genius Games. In this game, players are viruses competing to infect a host cell and to score the most points. So, let's check it out. Now I'll show you how to increase your virulence, collect the most spherical envelopes, and avoid the vaccines in Virus, an infectious card game. To set up, give each player a hand of the starting cards, which are the yellow background and the one with which is the same as the rest. These are the starter cards. They're 1 through 6. So give each player that. You place the bonus cards with the 3 and 7 for helical and icosahedral, and place the 6 dice next to it, and place the remaining cards here. You are now ready to begin. Okay, then flip over 1 card per player. So that's player number 1, player number 2, and player number 3. And then each player chooses a card to pick, so they can decide how they want to do it. So they're going to take 5 because they don't want the vaccine, because those are -2 points. This guy is not, he's just going to go and play it safe, and he's going to do the same. So, on the count of 3, everyone flips over their card. Okay, so there's a tie. Player gets 2 dice, and they roll. And we've got 6 to 8. So, this person wins, and they go first, and they're going to choose the spherical envelope. They go second, because they're still 6, and they get 7, and then this guy's with the vaccine. So, if it's a vaccine, spherical envelope, or icosahedral helical, you place them off to the side, and if it's a virus card, you place it and get rid of a card. You put it in your discard pile, and you get rid of a card in your discard pile. If there isn't a card in your discard pile, you discard the card here, and it's out of the game. So then these go into the player's discards, and flip over another 3 cards. Okay, so instead of this guy, this is a really, really bad flip over. So this guy, he's just gonna pass and pick up all of the cards in his discard pile. So he says that and he does it. Everybody completes this action. So if everybody passes, then the cards are gone. So then it's the next round. So we've got a 1. This is what the 1 looks like. Slightly different from the mutated. So this is the mutated 1. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we've got a mutated 1 and 2 9s. So he doesn't really care, so he's going to toss in a 3. He wants it, so he's going to put 4. And he wants the 9, but he's not quite sure, so he's also going to do the 4. Because if he doesn't want to get rid of a super high card to get a higher card, but it's not good. So everybody flips over, and we've got 2 4s and 3. These 2 people roll again. So it's 6 to 5. So first pick, second pick, third pick. Okay. So this happens. He played the 3 and got a 1, so he has to discard the 3 and get this 1, which is, and that isn't good for him. So that goes in his discard. So that goes there, that goes there, and these go in their discard piles. Okay, so now we've got a bunch of good cards. So this guy wants to do this, so he really doesn't care, and neither does anybody else. So he's going to play 1. He's also going to play 1, and he's going to play a 2. So they all flip, and 2 gets first pick. He's going to take this and say it's helical. So that goes in his set. Then these 2 people roll. It's 10 to 5, so he gets first pick, and he's also going to pick Helical, and then he gets the Isaka Cathedral. It's that next to Spherical Envelope. So the Spherical Envelope, if he is the most of them, then he gets 9 points. If he is the second most, he gets 5 points, and if you have the least, you get -3. So it's not an ignore thing. So these over here, Isaka Cathedral, have 4 things. If you get 1, it's 1 point. 2, it's 4 points. 3, it's 9 points, and if you get all 4, it's 16. This is same thing as whatever you choose it, and then this one is 1, 3, 6, 10, 15, 21. That's that. If you're the first one to complete a set, let's say you finished Isaka Cathedral first, so he gets the Isaka Cathedral bonus, the first one, and then whoever does it second gets this one. And then same as the other one. So, also in the deck, there are genomes, and genomes are just straight up points. They range from, there's 3, there's 4, and there's also 5. Increased virulence card, so that means that it's 1 point at the end of the game, and this one is good because it adds 4 to your dice roll. So if you roll this against this, and this person had it, plus 4, that's 9 to the 10, but it got really close. Now if it had been that, 8 to 5 plus 4, 9 beats 8. There are some other vaccines, like I saw there, and then there's a bunch more Spherical Envelopes, and Helicals, and Isaka Cathedrals. Play continues until this stack is gone. Then we score. Everybody counts up the points for their sets, subtracts points for vaccines and or Spherical Envelopes, and the player with the most points wins. Okay, got my dad here for a parent's opinion. So Dad, what do you think of Virus, an Infectious card game?
Virus, short. It was a very fun, kind of an intro type card game. It's basic set collection, only instead of collecting things that the layperson would know about, you're collecting things that a microbiologist might know about. But the gameplay is very simple. You don't need to be a biologist to play this one. But it introduces you to those concepts, which is kind of cool and a little bit educational, but still really fun.
So the components are really nice. Though keep in mind that our copy is a prototype copy, so it's not the final stuff, but it's really close.
Yeah, and if it's to the same standard as previous games put out by Genius Games, this one's going to be really good. Great card with a linen finish, great quality.
There's a lot of strategy in this game. Like, do I want to go for the red set collection cards first, or the yellowish-orange ones first?
Yeah, the Helical or the icosahedral. One of them has more cards, so you get more points. One of them has less cards, you get a little bit less points.
It's easier to get to.
Right.
And then also, the thing about how you can get more, like, once you complete a set, you can start another set of the same type, and then the Spherical Envelopes, and
well, increasing your virulence. It's kind of almost like a deck-building feel to it. You can buy a card and trash a card. That way, your virulence when you play them is a little bit higher, so you might get to pick first.
It's pretty good for kids. It is educational, but it's still really fun.
Put out your card and see if it's higher.
And if it's high, roll the dice. I really like that.
Yeah,
and then
the
with
dice,
the virulence up your
chances of going first. Yeah, and then the dice on a tie, which adds a little bit of luck element to it as well. This is a great introductory game. Not too heavy. It's very light, but also has kind of a sciencey feel.
We had a lot of fun with this game, and we really hope it goes on Kickstarter.
Yeah, we're looking forward to this. Hopefully, they can meet some stretch goals, get a nice box, increase the quality. I think this one will do really well. It's a little bit less sciencey than the previous games, and hopefully this one can get, into the broader market to play these types of games. It kind of feels like some of the other lighter party type set collection games that are out there. They're very popular.
Thank you for watching Brian's Got Game. Please like us on our Facebook page, send us a tweet at Brian's Got Game, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm Brian, this is my dad. See you next time.